Christabel, so you were diagnosed in 2016 with hypertension.
Yes.
Can we go back before 2016? What happened? How were you? Did you have any symptoms? Like, how were you before the diagnosis?
Before 2016, I was just an okay person.
Okay.
I'll wake up, do my chores, just like any other person. So I never had any symptoms or like what we see in like a headache or fatigue or something. I never had one.
You were just going about your
just
business.
A normal person.
Yeah.
So come 2016, I had gone to Tigoni Sub-County Hospital for a health certificate. And I see a board somewhere written like kupima pressure ni bure.
Right.
So just walk in, and when they took the readings, the doctor was shocked because it was around 200 and something.
200?
200. And the first thing he said, you have to go on medication straight away. I said, no, I'm not going. So to me, I was like, I don't want to start like on medication. I think I'm still too young to start on hypertension medication. I said, no.
Yeah.
And then I left it at that. Then come again, 2018, a friend of mine asked me to do a blood donation to her son. And I walk into a hospital in Kikuyu. And the doctor there takes my blood pressure and stands up, looks at me. Are you okay? I said, yes, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Did you come alone? I said, I have my friends. Because I didn't know what was wrong with me.
Why the questions?
Yeah, all the questions. Yeah. And she walks out and asks the other girls that we were with, did you come with her? Yes. Is she okay? Yes. I was just a normal person.
Yeah.
But she said, you're not living here without the medication.
Okay.
So that's when I realized, oh.
So how high was your pressure at this point?
205.
205?
Yeah.
So in a span of two years, you were going about your business, you
as
are
normal.
okay,
Yes.
Nothing changed?
Nothing changes.
Wow. Okay, wait. Wait, Dr. Kevin, I'm tempted to come to you and ask, because again, she says she's just okay. No, nothing, no headache, no nothing.
Fatigue, no nothing.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I could feel in myself was the weight.
Okay.
I couldn't like move so fast. I couldn't do things like a normal person.
Yeah.
So I'll be a little bit sluggish.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of handling this. Doctor, isn't this dangerous? Like 200 is too high, right?
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
When you generally have a blood pressure already beyond 180, the upper figure beyond 180 and the lower figure, once it gets above 110, the significant increase in risk of the complications that you had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The risk of getting a stroke, the risk of getting a heart attack, the risk of getting kidney failure.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, and we have a good scenario here that has been painted, is that hypertension has been dubbed as a silent killer.
Yeah.
The reason we say it's a silent killer is because it does not give you any specific symptoms.
Yeah.
So someone could have such high blood pressure but be
don't know.
completely without any symptoms or signs.
Yeah.
So the only true way to know whether someone has hypertension is to measure the blood pressure. That is simply the message that we want to pass across.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, the question on how often should we do that, I think I'll come back to you for the same. But very quickly, in terms of understanding the burden of hypertension in the country, Dr. Nasirumbi, you want to take that? Do we have like counties probably that have higher prevalences compared to the others, but generally on a national level, how are we doing?
So generally based on the survey that we did a couple of years ago, we have put the prevalence of hypertension as 24% among the adult population, and that includes the men and the women. There's a slight discrepancy, difference between the men and the women, where the men we have about 22.6%, the women, and the men are about 25%. So, and we were talking about screening and how important it is. So we did also ask people, have you ever been screened for hypertension or for elevated blood pressures, per se? Only 44% of the people in the country were screened for hypertension.
Okay.
And that's why we got the 24% during that survey. And to speak about the uptake of deciding to be on medication, among these 24%, only 8% are on medication. And among these 8%, only 4% are controlled, that is having a blood pressure of below 140/90. So based on that, we also saw that there's a difference that as you get older, the older people tend to be more on their treatments and have more control as compared to the younger people.